Hello, my name is Sadiq Mayfield Woods. The film I chose for my great film analysis was The Wolf of Wall Street. I have never seen this movie before. My teacher is Ms. Montoy. The class is English 3 reading movies. The Wolf of Wall Street follows Jordan Belfort, a young stockbroker who takes a job at LF Rothschild. He's shown the Wall Street culture of hard drug use and indulging in sexual desires. But the stock market crash of 1987, also known as Black Monday, causes the firm to close down, forcing Belfort to join a penny stock firm. His aggressive and manipulative pitching style allows him to easily dominate potential buyers and make an exorbitant amount of money. And then he goes out to a restaurant, right? Might I mention that he's married at this time. He has a wife, her name is Teresa. And he meets this guy named Donnie Azoff. And they start a business together. And that business is Stratton Oakmont. So they start off selling blue-collar stocks, which is like big companies like Disney, AT&T, right? That makes Stratton Oakmont a trusted company. A few months later, Forbes comes to do an article on Stratton where Belfort is titled The Wolf of Wall Street, which is where the name comes from. An abundance of new employees shows up at Stratton. And eventually the company doubles in size. Jordan Belfort has an affair. Teresa finds Belfort snorting cocaine with Naomi in the back of a limo, and they file for a divorce 3 days later. Jordan Belfort proposes to Naomi. We get an 18-month time skip, and we learn that they have a child together. Jordan Belfort also participates in money laundering. Belfort then proceeds to travel to Switzerland to hide his money. The FBI is onto them. They're coming for Jordan Belfort. Belfort gets some advice from his attorney to plead guilty to some security violations and pay a couple $1 million in fines and make a deal with the SEC. Jordan needs to go back to Switzerland. Jordan chooses to sail all the way to Morocco, but the ship wrecks. And so after that death-defying event, Jordan chooses to go in a new direction. He stops all of his illegal activity. He stops doing drugs, right? He goes sober. And he switches on to financial advice. The FBI raids Stratton and arrests everyone there. And Jordan ended up getting 36 months in federal prison. Regarding the cinematography, the entire movie is shot on a ratio of 2:39:1. And so the film makes wonderful use of medium and wide shots, displaying the sheer number of people behind and around Jordan in the office. It really puts it into perspective how many people are really working for him. There's one scene in particular where Jordan essentially riles up the entire office. They use a wide shot and they get every single person. This is also going to mise en scène a little bit. They get a ton of people in the foreground, the middle ground, and the background, all picking up phones in this hurried position. Scorsese very commonly uses 2 shots when people are talking. It creates this form of intimacy that you don't really get with over-the-shoulder shots. There's also a slow panning shot to Belfort's Lamborghini as he crawls across the ground during his drug-induced panic. It makes for quite the humorous scene. It's just a slow pan while he struggles. It's a good contrast, right? And so regarding the sound, there is external, internal, diegetic, non-diegetic. There's very few moments of internal sound, but we get narration from Jordan Belfort himself, recounting how he's feeling at the time or what his goal is, right? For example, when he can't move.
It took 90 minutes for these little fuckers to kick in, but once they did, pow. I mean, I had skipped the tingle phase and went straight to the drool phase.
Certain songs really encapsulate how the characters are feeling during scenes. For example, during this moment, we get Everlong by Foo Fighters, which is just an incredible track.
Oh my God, baby!
You like it? You like it?
Yes!
It's just a very, very feel-good song. It fits the mood very well. I'd say that greed and the pursuit of power is destructive to oneself is extremely prominent in the movie. His
Hello,
constant
John. How you doing
yearning
today?
to become
You mailed
rich
in my company a postcard
is
a few weeks
really,
back
really the
requesting
main driving
information on
force
penny
for
stocks
this.
that had huge upside
He does so
potential
by
with
destroying
very
those
little
below
downside
him
risk. Does that ring
with
a
his
bell?
scummy pitching tactics
Okay,
and
great.
selling to people
Well,
who
reason
don't
for
know
the
any
call
better.
today, John, is
Literally
something
profiting
just came across
off
my
of people's
desk, John.
misfortunes.
It is perhaps the best.
He even chooses to rat out everyone at Stratton in order to reduce his sentence. The one and only Michael Scorsese. He was born in 1942. He's currently 80 years old. Wow. He was born in Flushing, New York, New York. Scorsese was influenced by Sabu and Victor Mature as an actor, and 1947 to 48 Powell and Pressburger films, Black Narcissus, and The Red Shoes. Martin Scorsese has made Hugo, Silence, Rolling Thunder Revenue, Shutter Island. Martin Scorsese also has an Academy Award for Best Directing. He has a BAFTA Award for Best Film. He's got a Primetime Emmy Award. Regarding my actual review of The Wolf of Wall Street, I think it's a good movie. It's a very vulgar movie. 8 out of 10 for The Wolf of Wall Street.